Anyway, I pushed a few buttons and it worked.
Turn it off, turn it back on again, as they say.
That's an IT way. Yeah.
It's my birthday soon.
Really? Hmm.
Yeah. And I'm sure that on my birthday, I'm going to receive more or less the same amount of presents as I did last year.
Okay. Hmm.
Which, you don't need a whole hand to count. Yeah. I don't think you need any hand to count, to be quite honest with
Well, yeah. Nice
you.
to be
Okay.
appreciated. Well, no, know how you're appreciated. Yeah.
No, but anyway, gifts. I hate the word gifts. I like presents.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, for this, I need to use the word gifts. It's an Americanism which is snuck into the English language, and one of those things. So gifts are
Yes.
nice things to receive and also to give if the occasion calls for it.
Mm-hmm.
So birthdays, Christmas, Easter, chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
lots of chocolate, Mother's Day,
Yeah.
Father's Day, and other commemorative occasions. Right.
Mm.
Sometimes we receive a gift if somebody wishes to say thanks.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when I lived in the UK and I was a restaurant manager
Mm.
and came into the restaurant one night, a couple, and asked me if I knew of any hotels nearby where they could stay. They
Yeah.
weren't from the area, so they wanted to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I was young. I was young at the time. I was about 20 years old. You know,
Mm.
lived on my own, and so I said, "Look." And also, I was very thrifty. I was a thrifty person.
Yes.
So I said, "Look, wait until I finish my shift, and
Mm.
I'll sort something out for you." And
Yeah.
so they I was they were in my hands basically.
Yeah.
And I said, "Look, you can stay at mine.
Mm.
Stay at mine. I'm on my own, and I've got a spare room, and you can
Mm.
stay at mine." And they stayed. They stayed at my flat. Remember that flat I told you about that I
Oh,
had in
yeah.
the right?
Yeah.
So they stayed 3 days,
Mm.
and Jane, the lady of the couple,
Mm.
she was well, they were both vegetarian, but she did all the
Mm.
cooking for 3 days. And I'll tell you, I was really
Oh, okay.
surprised
All right.
at some of the dishes that vegetarians can cook. You know,
Mm.
she she
Okay.
certainly she certainly knew her onions. Simon was a decent bloke as well. He was
Yeah.
nice. It was just a really nice couple. A
Yeah.
really nice. They were around 30 years old.
Mhm.
And at the end of their stay, they gifted me with a book called Alone,
Right.
written by Richard Evelyn Bird. And it's
Mm.
about this guy who went to the Antarctic and he decided to go there on his own to do some work for the meteorological department of the
Yeah.
US. And basically, it was about his stint there in the Antarctic. And I thought they probably bought me the book
Yeah.
because I lived on my own, you
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
So, you know. Um. Anyway, that was a way of saying thanks.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't ask for any money or anything. Yeah,
No.
anything like that. It just didn't it come into my
Yeah. Yeah. You
my
did
mind.
something
Right?
decent for someone. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you something. Nobody has ever given me a gift for no reason. Nobody all of a sudden has come up to me and said, "Have this.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay.
You're a really nice guy."
Mm.
So changing tack a little tiny bit, but not
Mm.
coming out of the main subject.
Yeah.
You know what I think about politicians in general, don't you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's
And for the uninitiated of these blogs, uh, everybody's in it for themselves.
mhm.
They don't really care about the public, and they're in it to get out of the game that they call
Mm.
politics as much as possible.
Well, yeah.
And apparently, there seems to be a league table for parliamentarians of declared gifts. that they've
Yeah.
received in value terms
Mm,
since 2019.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I have to admit, some names I didn't expect to see, and others, to be quite frank with you, I, I didn't even know. I don't know.
That
I've
well. Yeah.
never heard of them
600,
before.
640 people. Yeah. It's a big
Uh,
lot. Yeah.
uh, however, pounds, shillings, and pence, I do understand.
Mm,
Right. And the gifts all appeared to be apparently for no reason. Right.
yes.
That's odd to say the least. I'm sure you'd agree with that.
Yes.
So here follows the Premier Division of gifts received for no apparent reason. Right. Top of the league. This is the top 10. Right.
Yeah.
So
All good. Yeah.
top of the league is Sir Freebie Keir Starmer. Since 2019, uh, he's received £107,145
Mm,
of free gifts. Labour, Keir Starmer, Labour.
of course.
Se
Yeah.
uh, Second is Lucy Powell, Labour. Apparently, she's the head of the Labour Party,
Yeah.
sort of in the House, something
Yeah.
like that.
Leave the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
She doesn't even come to Keir Starmer's knees, but however, 40,289 thousand pounds,
mhm.
40,289 pounds. Sorry,
Yeah.
she's received since 2019.
Right. Yeah.
Not to be outdone, Greg Smith, Conservative,
Mm,
32,509.
yeah.
Uh, Coming in fourth, Karen Brady. Well, sorry, Karen Bradley.
Bradley.
Con-
That's like Karen
con-
Brady. We don't a lawsuit from West Ham
no,
management.
no,
Not that's not that one, by the way, people. It's a different one. Yeah. Yeah.
Karen Bradley,
Yeah.
Conservative,
Yes.
23,235.
Yeah.
Then comes Sir John Whittingdale,
Yes.
Conservative,
Mm,
18,728.
mm,
Sixth is Jonathan Reynolds, Labour,
mm.
17,905.
Yeah.
Seventh is Dame Caroline Dinage,
Carnage. Yeah.
Conservative,
Yeah.
16,993.
Mm,
Eighth place, and this surprised me, Ed Davey, Liberal,
mm.
16,591. Ninth is Narandu Mishra, Labour,
Mm.
15,189. And
Yeah.
at the foot of the table, uh, Caroline Noakes, Conservative, as well
Mm.
as holding the wooden spoon for coming last, received 13,471.
Right.
It was me that gifted her with the wooden spoon.
Metaphorically speaking. Yeah. 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 It's.
Now, um, I put all of this, especially with Starmer, I put it
Mm.
on the blame of Kellogg's. Kellogg's, because when I was Keir Starmer, his birthday's on the 2nd of September, and he's
Yeah.
my age. My
Right.
age.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um, and when I was a kid, Kellogg's in the packets of cornflakes
Mm.
used to put a little free gift.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that he probably insisted that his parents bought him Kellogg's cornflakes for the free gift. And I think it's become uh what's the word I'm looking for?
Us.
Vitiated,
Yeah.
is viced on free gifts.
Yeah.
I imagine him at home cutting all the coupons out the newspapers just to get them back to the supermarket so he can get all these free gifts, all these twofers in the supermarket. He must be a devil. He must be a devil.
Yeah.
Anyway, David Lammy,
Mm.
uh, he is he puts arse licking to it gives arse licking a bad name
Yeah.
because
Okay.
nobody uh, gets up the boss's anus more than Dave Lammy.
Yes.
He came on the TV complaining that the public purse is not paying for Starmer's clothes, therefore is entitled to receive them as gifts. He was pushing for the public purse to give Starmer a clothing allowance.
Mm.
Right
Yeah.
now, I don't know if you remember, but all the MPs they had
Yeah.
some years ago now they had the expenses scandal.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Right. And so what did they do about this expenses scandal? They decided that they're going to cut back on the expenses,
Mm.
but they're going to give themselves a hefty pay rise. And it's one of the very few times, uh, apart from probably the Second World War,
Mm.
the House of Commons was so packed for them to vote this
Okay.
pay rise, for them to vote this pay rise through.
Okay. Yeah.
And I can see that the writing's on the wall for me. I can see that they're going to cut back on the free gifts that they can have. Here in Brazil, for example, a
Mm.
doctor,
Mm.
they used to be able to receive free gifts,
Mm.
but the laboratories were giving them gifts that were far way and above
Yeah.
what you expect to be a gratification. So here, the medical boards decided that the doctors could only receive a gift up to something like $100, 100 US
Yeah.
dollars, right? And I
Mm.
think that's probably what they're going to try and do in the House of Commons. They're going to say,
Mm.
right, you can receive a free gift up to a certain value,
Mm.
but they're also going to have another pay rise. You can mark my words for this.
Yeah.
Mark my
Well,
words. I'm sure it's sure it is the writing on the wall. I don't need a
yeah.
crystal ball. They're
No.
going to have they're going to have a massive pay rise. Yesterday on Talk TV, they were actually putting that
Mm.
on the table
Mm.
to to combat the free gifting, give everybody a pay rise.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and that's why I came to this conclusion that politicians are in it for themselves.
Yeah.
The only politician I know, believe it or not, the only politician I know who wasn't in it for themselves, believe it or not, was Donald Trump, because
Mm.
he didn't even accept his salary. He refused his
Yeah.
salary. I think he gave it to charity.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing about it, yeah, I remember Katie McInerney holding it up. Yeah, it's going to this chip. Yeah. But
So, um, but all the unfortunate this side of the pond, or when I say this side of the pond, in the
yeah.
UK,
Yeah.
they don't have such charitable endeavors.
Nations. Yeah.
Now, where you go on that one?
Well, I mean, yeah, I got a free gift quite recently from someone, an old friend that I'd actually helped. Again, there's something to do with the UK. And yeah, just when I bumped into it, don't see that regularly, he gave me a bottle of Casatia. So, I was
Oh,
quite grateful for that. Um, didn't take me, I'd said to him, well, it didn't take me 10 minutes of my life to do it. He said, no, no, it's appreciated because you moved it forward, something forward. So maybe it's the little things that count. I'm actually quite relieved about that because I'm of the opinion never do a good deed for anyone because it will come back and bite you at some point. So I'd rather somebody gave me something. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like doing good deeds for people. Yeah, no good deed goes unpunished. Now with regards to um, the politicians, yeah, I mean, I've looked online. You can go online on the House of Commons or the website, parliamentary website, and see all these things that get declared. Yeah, and I've shown a couple of my clients, some students, of it as well. And I said because we're talking about the Brazilian ones, I've I think there's an equivalent in Brazil where you can actually see what the politicians claim. Um, okay, fair enough. They get something. I mean, occasionally I used to get a bottle of wine. We used to have clients, not clients. We used to have subcontractors and all that, and they gave us all a bottle of wine if we worked with them and all that. But they had to be careful because some years ago they brought in, I forgot what it was, a scheme that you had to declare everything, payments in kind and everything else, and so really, all for us mere mortals, it ended, yeah,
Yep.
and that was hospitality, going to being taken to bars or meals. You had to declare everything, and there's the politicians getting clothes. I mean, I used to be issued with overalls and things like that, and even that was susceptible to tax. Yeah. But although I had to have special safety care, I could have paid tax on it, certainly when I was a subcontractor, and all this was taken into account. Probably put as part of our salary so we didn't get pay rises and things, possibly. Because it's all expense out of the company. So these politicians, I'm afraid, I do honestly believe there are some that go in it, inverted commas, for the right intentions. Yeah. Um, Again, that's up to people's conscience. I think there's a few that probably are decent, but the 90% give the 10% a bad name, sort of thing. Yeah. I'd like to believe there's still decency out there, Steve, but I'm getting more disappointed the older I'm getting. Yeah. By the time I get to your age, I'll be disillusioned totally.
The more you look, the more you see, and that's the bad.
Yeah.
That's the bad
Yeah,
news.
ignorance is bliss. But you can see what these are what people claimed. Who knows what might be incidental? Oh, an oversight was the way that Mr. Keir Starmer put it. Or number 10. An oversight, 17,000 quid. An oversight. Yeah, that's some people's yearly salary. Yeah, let's be
You
honest.
you touched on something which was interesting. You mentioned the word tax, and I'm sure these gifters,
Mm,
the people giving the gifts to these politicians, are writing it off somehow in their tax declarations.
yeah.
And so, actually, who's paying for these gifts for these politicians are us.
Mm. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to accuse anyone of doing anything. I don't know. I mean,
Well, if
yes,
they can write it off on their company expenses,
well, I know that, but yeah.
and the company is going to pay the tax on the gains that they make.
Mm.
If they don't, then they're just gonna be adjusted down.
Oh no, I
And
mean,
so it's money not going into the public coffers, basically, which
mm,
means that those that are giving into the public coffers, there's more strain on them. In that case, it's us that contribute to the public coffers, and so you know,
absolutely. I mean, I've been my own chief executive officer or managing director of my own company. Yeah, you pay. Yeah, we claim for everything.
you know,
We then second line is you have your accountant who says yes or no to things. So that's a bit I was just told put it all on and they'll tell you what you can and cannot get away with. Get away with. No, I mean, ease your own tax burden. There's a difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion.
yeah,
When you are an independent person like I was, you do tax avoidance as much as you can, else you're not going to earn any money. Yeah, but it's a game you play. Um, I don't believe in paying more tax than I have to governments because they waste it. Yeah,
of course.
and I'm not advocating anyone does. Yeah, always watch your tax. I mean, every penny a government has to spend should be accountable. And let's get back to this. I mean, I saw a video of Margaret Thatcher earlier today. I shared it with one of my students talking about there's no such thing as public money.
Right.
It's all our money. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no such thing as public money. It's our money. We pay for these guys to have their party.
yeah.
Okay. Now, as regards Keir Starmer getting the suits and everything, which is what we know that was about, no, you earn enough not to have to do it. When I was getting kitted out, I had specialist gear. Okay, he's working in the public, working in the public sector. He has to look smart to go to functions and everything. But no, yeah, you work that one out yourself. Yeah.
I think because, I remember Harold Wilson,
Mm.
and he wasn't all that dapper.
No.
And Michael Foot,
Oh
he
yeah.
was he was even less dapper.
Oh.
You
I
know,
thought, yeah, Michael
probably
Foot. I thought,
nobody probably nobody gifted them with expensive suits.
no, yeah, actually, they were what I would say conviction politicians. Agree or disagree with them, they did
Yeah,
believe in what they were saying. They didn't come from real working class, what we call working class. I don't like this term. Everybody that goes out on a daily basis to earn money is working class in my mind. Yeah. Um, but the yeah, they were conviction people, conviction politicians. What has actually happened with all this expense is it became custom and practice, which can happen. It can happen in companies. Yeah. It's like almost a yes minister, the nose in the trough sort of thing, the whole program, which I'm rewatching some of them. It could have been written for this lot. Yeah. And it's far worse now than I've ever known it to be.
yeah.
Um, they're telling us we've all got a cut. They're telling us our pensioners have got a freeze. And what are they doing?
They've got heating
They,
allowances. They've got heating allowances.
well,
They're
yes.
they're going to be they're going to be as warm as toast this year.
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't going to say. I wasn't going to say it. I turned the spit. Yeah, but yeah, it's a again. These people don't have a moral compass, in my
No.
opinion. They're there. That you hear them talking. The trouble is, you can hear it now. We're all more educated than we've ever been. We were amazed at the expenses scandal. Um, I wouldn't mind, but they are so brazen about it. I deserve this. Okay, you've got to make you might have to make some difficult decisions sometimes. You choose that occupation. Yeah. It's not like some of us have to go and work in a hole in the ground or do other things because we have to do it else with staff. These people choose to do that job. Yeah. And that's what disgusts me. It is a public service job. And I expect my public servants to be, if they're telling me I've got to live in austere times, okay. I'm not saying that you should suffer greatly because, yeah, you've got to go and vote and everything, but that's all you have got to do. You've got to vote. You've got to make sure you're up on everything. And that's all you've got to do in life. Sit on some subcommittees, understand what it is you're voting for. You choose that. Yes, you should have a degree of education to do that. But yeah, you can come from any walk of life, as we say. But yeah, and it annoys me. And these people do have their nose. They haven't just got their nose in the trot. They've got the two front trotters in.
Scotland's in as well.
Yeah,
I,
and
I would I would say even worse. They haven't only got the nose in the trough; they've got the tails in as well.
well, yeah, they're swimming in it. Yeah, and um, I've just yeah, the more whenever Starmer's up there speaking, I'm going to be quite honest. I know we try not to get political. The sooner this lot are out, the better. But I don't know as I said the other day, I don't know what we're going to replace them with. That's the big problem I have. What we're going to replace them with.
And the moral of this story is there are no morals.